Okay, everyone. I said I was gonna do it. Exposing Christmas. Yule, you know, the seasons. So, AKA Christmas, Satan, or Santa. Santa's an anagram for Satan. You mix that around. Elves. Those are demonic. What else I was gonna say? So December 25th, Jesus Christ, whatever. I don't necessarily think December 25th is a birthday of Jesus Christ, because I don't think it was labeled an actual day that he was born, a specific day. Now, December 25th apparently was the old birth of Nimrod, or it was the birthday of Semiramis. Now, in ancient Babylon, I'm taking you guys back. Ancient Babylon. Okay. There was a dude called Nimrod. He called himself a god. I'm pretty sure he mated with his mom, had a kid. He died. Nimrod died by another person, part of the Bible, 12 tribes of Israel. One of the sons of the 12 kids, 12 tribes, came up, chopped them up, sent them to different pieces throughout the land as a message. Yo, Nimrod, this is your mighty king. He has fallen. Babylon's fallen. So this guy, the mother said that the son impregnated her. And this is ancient Sumeria, ancient Babylon, the Metastafa. She said that the son impregnated her and made her virgin birth. So she became the first mother god, while Nimrod was the father god. And now the son came, and the son actually got killed by a wild hog or something. And this is all ancient, like, mythology. So the son got eaten up by a hog or a wild boar or whatever. So now a tree stump was like made as a grave or an honor or whatever, and so it all goes back, man. And I'm sorry, goes back to pagan traditions. Okay, I know. But Christmas is actually Yule. We're going down to the last chapter of the book, because it has to do with the solstices. This is Yule, chapter 8. Bull's Hide, another ritual, Yuletide divination, signs and omens, weather and seasons, animals and folklore, coyote omen. All this crazy freaking stuff they talk about. So, a little bit more before I go to that chapter, Yule 8. I forget where it says in the Bible, but it says, do not follow the ways of them, for they will cut down a tree with axe. They will cut down a tree with an axe. Stand it up, put bells on it, and bow down and give offerings. So that sounds like Christmas. It says, do not follow the way for they shall cut down tree with axe, fasten it with bells, and bow down and give offerings to the tree. Like, bro, what are Christmas trees up in the corner? Okay, what does it look when you're on your knees, getting down, when you're opening up presents or when you set the presents down? Yeah, you could stand up and set the presents down, but most kids are on their freaking knees opening up presents. And also think about it, presents. You're in the presence of the tree. Let's talk a little bit about the Christmas tree. The Christmas tree. Okay. Why would they fasten it with bells? Why are you putting a star? It's supposed to be an angel on top of the tree, okay? But if you notice on most trees, what is it always? A star mostly, right? Stars in witchcraft. If it's a septagram, it's upward. If it's a pentagram, it's downward. But it's most likely always a septagram, but there's still a star up there. All right? Yeah, I know I'm a nut job. It's okay. I'm the Grinch. Now, more about Christmas. It's that time of year where everyone's fighting for everything. They're shopping. They're trying to get everything. You know, it's in the air, it's in the spirits. You got the Christmas spirit, the Christ Mass spirit, other known as X-Mass. X. What happens when you put a hex on someone? You put an X on someone. Voodoo, they use X's and stuff like that. They dashing you out. X-Mass, the massacre, Christ Mass, massacre, Santa, an anagram for Satan. I'm just crazy though, so don't mind me. We're gonna take it to you. 191. Chapter 8, Yule. I'm not reading this. I'm just gonna show you the pages. Look at this freaking guy. Oh my God. Shout out to the Celtics and the ancient druids of Stonehenge. Yuletide, Christmas. Oh man. Yeah, I'm not reading this. I'm just putting this in here for you guys to read. Because this is about Yule, Christmas. Semiramis, Tammuz, Nimrod. Ooh, the Celtic myth. Sea god Manannán. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not reading this. I'm just putting this out there for you guys to read. And if you want to know more about this, just type in Yule or the origins of Christmas, or you'd want to type in Truth Unedited Christmas Origins. The horned god of the hunted Lord Death, because the pagans can still find references to the old gods in the old religion in many of the early carols and folk tunes. There is no need for us to adopt music played at this time of year in order to suit pagan sentiments, for the word would be an expressive as pagan meaning Yule, of holy night or silent night, as we kindle our Yule fires, as we light our candles, and await the rising of the sun and the beginning of the new cycle of life. The seasons. The pagans worship the seasons. Samhain, Christmas, Yule, Lupercalia, what all that crazy stuff. You know? What the heck is this? An assortment of early tree ornaments. Oh, the pineal gland? Or it's just the acorns. What the hell? Oh, that's a good idea. one final tradition. A few pages left of this freaking crap book. Okay. To our pagan ancestors, the winter solstice was an entire night, the darkest one of the year, which was followed day by day that dawned just like a little earlier. Today, we know the exact moment of the winter solstice, the precise moment when the days stop growing shorter and begin to grow longer, a moment decreed by nature, not by man. And when the exact time is known, it could be worked into the Yule Sabbat and celebrated in the ways of our ancient ancestors. What more traditional way to bid a fond farewell to the year wheel that had just ended and greet the year about to be born, then with cheers of joy, the ringing bells, the rattling tambourines, and the blowing of horns. Christmas parades. When the animals have all been fed, and the warm and safe in their shelter, we gather by our evening fire to gaze into the flames and reflect on the day that is done. Outside in silence, the snow falls, and beneath its frozen crust, mother sleeps and awaits her lover. Whatever. I'm not even gonna question him. Ishtar eggs. It is a very safe guess that most of us were raised in Judeo-Christian religion, and that the seasonal celebrations of our parents and grandparents were some of the most wonderful times of our childhood. As we grew up, we questioned religious beliefs of our parents, and eventually, many found their way back to the old gods and old religion. One of the most painful parts of this spiritual quest was having to give up those wonderful family traditions that give us so much joy in our childhood. But it isn't so. Some of the most wonderful traditions practiced by our parents and grandparents are purely pagan in origin. So go ahead and celebrate the customs of your childhood. Send Valentine's, eat Ishtar eggs. Bring a fir tree into your house and decorate it with ornaments that came down in the family. And know in your pagan heart that what you do is a traditional way of honoring the old pagan gods. And when someone says to you, "I thought you were a pagan, why do you have a Christmas tree in your house?" you can look them straight in the face and say, "Because it's a pagan tradition." Why do you? Yeah, so whatever. So there you have it, guys. And there's plenty more videos you can look up about Christmas, the origins, Deck the Halls, or Krampus, all that stuff. It was never about Jesus.